everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pow card reading. And this week's messages or themes are, what journey would the universe like for you to go on? So we're going to kind of get a general idea of where the universe would like for you to go next. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with Pick-a-Pow readings, basically you have three different piles to choose from. Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. And also to kind of help you choose between the piles, we had little symbols here of a journey. This first one is a passport with tickets. The second one is an airplane. And then the third one is some luggage. Okay, so we have three different things there for you to choose from. I would love to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has participated in our channel. All of you who have given the videos thumbs up, left us comments in the comments section, shared the channel with your friends and family, and subscribed to us. All of those things are very useful and we appreciate them so much. I can't even tell you how much. If you all could give a link to the channel on your social media accounts so that your friends and family could check us out, that is one of the easiest, fastest ways for us to grow, and I would just, thank you so much in advance for doing that for us. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, I would invite you to do so, especially after you see your reading and see if you'd like to see more of our readings. Okay, we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on these piles, and then you can go directly to your reading. Each reading will have a timestamp listed in the description that you can go to, and that will take you to your reading when you're ready. Okay, so remember, this is Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3, and we'll see you at your reading. Pile 1, those of you that chose the passport with the tickets for your journey, we will set those off to the side here. Okay, now we do have our tarot cards we're going to look at. We also have the ViceVersa tarot that I will be shuffling on camera and getting a few cards from as well. We do have our charms that we're going to be looking at later on, as well as our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to. Now remember, this is on what journey would the universe like for you to take next? Okay, so where would the universe like to see you go or happen for you? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do the ViceVersa tarot first. And what this tarot deck is basically each card has a front and a back to it. So there might be a little different meaning depending on whether the front or the back shows up. Okay, so we got this one here. This is the Knight of Swords. Let's see what else pops up here for us. This one right here. Oh, the Seven of Swords. Okay. Interesting. See what else we got. Oh. And it looks like the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there's our ViceVersa cards. Now let's see what other tarot cards we have here. Make sure y'all can see that. All right, let's see what other tarot cards we had going on here as well. The Knight of Cups. Lots of knights and pages. Interesting. The Four of Wands. Okay. The Two of Pentacles. The Star card. The Ace of Cups. And the Hierophant. Wow. Okay. Give me a moment or so to reflect on this because I'm wanting to make sure I get the right messages going through here, because with the swords energy, I started to get one thought, but then a couple of other things came through. So now I'm wanting to make sure I get the right messages for you here. The first thing that comes to me has to do with balances and foundations. Okay? And that's interesting to me. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Four of Wands. Now, both of these are stable energies. They're balancing type of energies, and they're getting, okay, the 4 is a foundational energy. The 2 is a balancing energy. So between the two of them, the idea is to get into balance, harmony, and a good, strong foundation. Okay? And it's interesting, this particular Four of Wands, they're getting ready to celebrate, which a lot of times the Four of Wands is a good celebration card. They have their harvest here, their wine, and they're together, they're celebrating, what they have here. And then the Two of Pentacles is he's, doing his best to balance out what he has here for him. So I do feel like it's important to get balance and a foundation in your life going here. And I see it between your spiritual life and your earthly life, your what you're manifesting for the earth and your spiritual life. It's really important for you to get that balance going there, because I feel like you guys have been off balance or off kilter a little bit from that, from your intuition, from your connection to spirit, and so forth. And I'll tell you kind of why I'm seeing some of that. First of all, we have the Hierophant, which deals a lot with our spiritual energies and, working with spirit quite a bit. But also, you notice how the Hierophant always has the keys, and usually they're getting some sort of judgment, or they're helping solve some sort of problem between a couple of people, kind of thing. So I get that energy there. Once again, it's that balance, it's that 2, it's that between one and the other, or deciding between one thing and the other. But also we've got some Knight energies here and Pages. Okay, the Knight of Swords, the Swords energy deals with our ideas, our mind, our intellect, our power. And the Knight of Swords is very direct. He's daring. He's kind of a perfectionist. He's he's kind of ambitious, and he's goal-oriented and focused, and he's kind of that kind of person. But then we also have the Knight of Cups. That's a little bit more of our emotions. That's a little bit more, compassion and idealistic and diplomatic. And so you almost have like the opposite ends of the scale here a little bit. So once again, it's that finding that balance between your earthly desires, your wanting to run out and go and get things, and then you're wanting to have the compassion and the quietness and the spiritual energies. You notice how on this particular card it has, the spiritual, druid, stones and stuff there. So once again, it's a balance between your earthly life, what you would like to see on earth, and what you'd like to manifest, because we do have the Ace of Cups here involved with that, and your spiritual energies and how you deal with spirit and connecting with your intuition and connecting with spirit on that level. You need to balance the two, because if you do, first of all, we have the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Cups is kind of the ultimate, your cup is overflowing. You're going to get everything you would like to have. You would manifest everything. And by balancing what you want from your earthly matters, and what you do on earth, and what you, how I'm trying to think of the right way to put this, because I'm not sure I have so far. It's not so much. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a good idea to bring your spiritual energies into your earthly desires and earthly wants. Okay? Because spirit will help you attain what you want to get in this life. Okay? So is that a little bit more, I'm hoping that's a little bit more clear than what I've been so far. I haven't been as clear as I'd like to be. So basically, I think it's important to bring your spiritual energies, what you know spiritually, what you tapping into your spiritual knowledge, getting more in communication with spirit itself and with the higher entities and higher powers and God, if you will, however you like to look at that. By tapping into that more and relying on that more, you will be able to fulfill your earthly desires in a better way and in a more fulfilling way. We do have the Seven of Swords energy here, and usually that energy it's a couple of different things, but one of the things is that protection energy, that feeling like you have to get one up on other people first before they can harm you. Okay, that's the energy I'm getting for this particular reading. There's other energies involved here as well, but feeling like you need to get the one-upsmanship or strike first before they get a chance to strike against you, and that kind of energy is not going to serve you very well. And I guess that's the kind of energy that I feel like you need to kind of slough away from, kind of move away from, and tap into the more turn the other cheek type of energy. What that means is don't feel like you have to strike first. Don't feel like you have to be, that if you don't go out and do this first, that somebody else will just, screw you over in the long run, or they'll do things. That's not always the case. And also, if you go and do things, two wrongs don't make a right. So if you do something wrong to help protect yourself before somebody does you wrong, that's not necessarily going to fix things or make things better. Usually it'll make things worse. So, having that kind of energy, the universe does not want you to go that direction. They want you to move more towards diplomatic solutions to your problems, like with the Hierophant here. Moving more towards spiritual solutions, or looking towards spirit to help guide you through some of these trials and tribulations that you might be going through. That is the journey that they want you to take, is being able to tap into spirit through the different ways that you can do so, and letting spirit help guide you, letting spirit help move you forward. We do have the Page of Pentacle energies, and I love the Pentacle energies. All deal with our earthly matters and the things that we want on this earth. It deals with our body, our finances, our health, our business interest, and all of those things. And the page is awesome because the pages always represent kind of that young, youthful type of energy. Everything is new and wonderful. And I feel like that is kind of the energy the universe is offering to you, to know that if you tap into your spiritual knowing, if you tap into spirit and help and let spirit in, and start working with spirit towards things that you would like in your life, if you start balancing out that a little bit more than what you have been, that the whole world will open up to you anew, that you'll see things from a fresh perspective, you will appreciate more things than you ever have, you'll kind of gain back some of your childhood innocence, You will start feeling more joyful about the things that are coming to you in this life and the things that are happening for you. So that is where they're wanting you to go. That is what they're looking for here. Okay, so that's kind of going on there. Let's go ahead and look at our charms. Maybe there's some other clarification points here or some other things that might come through on the charms. And then we also have our oracle spheres that we're going to do as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Interesting. We've got some cool stuff going on here. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let me take a look here. All right, first of all, we have the letter L. That could be a first part of a word for you, like love or something like that. It could symbolize an initial, whatever. Usually when we don't get a lot of letters like that, I think that they just mean, something specifically to certain people. We do have a couple cards here. Let's see what they are. We do have the Jack of Spades, which is kind of like the Page of Swords or the Knight of Swords again. And then the King of Hearts. So what I kind of get from that by having either the Page of Spades or the Knight of Spades show up twice, and then the King of Hearts, is once again, it's that energy between your passions, what you would like to, go out and be all excited about, and then also the more settled knowledge of the king. The king, he's very wise. He's, trying to think, he's a good counselor. He's diplomatic. He can balance between his head and his heart. So once again, that balance between what your mind would like you to have and what your heart would like you to have, getting the balance between the two so that, so once again, it's that balance between earthly and spiritual. Our head is more of our earthly thing sometimes, or if we follow our head, it's our ego. It's our telling us that we need to go a certain way or we need to do a certain thing. And here's another message for you guys that might be coming through a little bit more, might make a little bit more sense in the earlier message, but it's basically the same thing, just in a slightly different way. And I think the charms are helping it come through that way. Some of you are putting your ego, what your mind is telling you you need to do, your obligations, what you're saying you should do, ahead of your heart and what you would like to do, and your inner intuition and spirit and those kinds of things. You're putting one ahead of the other, and you're not balancing the two out. And by balancing them out, you will be much happier. That going one way or the other too far, especially if you're going more towards your head too far, because our intuition is going to guide us more towards happiness a lot faster than our ego is going to, and a lot faster than our head is going to, because our head is influenced by a lot of things that Earth has told us to do, that other people on Earth have told us to do, or what's right and what's wrong, or what we should or shouldn't do, or how we should or shouldn't feel, or what we should want or shouldn't want, and that kind of thing. And that is not always the way that our souls are wanting things. And that by following our heart instead, following our intuition, following spirit, will tend to lead us more towards what will make us happy. And that's the journey that Spirit wants you to go on. They want you to go on the journey that's going to make you the happiest. It's important to listen to your head. It's important to follow that kind of thing. But it's important to do it from a spiritual standpoint and from your intuition standpoint, and not just what the world is telling you to do. Okay? If that makes any sense. We do have the Alice in Wonderland and the Wonderland charm here. So what that shows me is that it's important to dream. We do have the dream card as well. It's important to dream and go for things that you would like to have, and not just look at things from the practical matter of things. The swords energy that we did have earlier, the swords energy very much is, they're very practical. They're very much what they know, what they can touch, what they can feel, what they know in their brain, what their knowledge tells them. Where the Alice in Wonderland and the dreamy type characteristics and those type of things are more of what you feel, what your intuition is telling you. And we do have the Star Bunny, which is an intuition type of thing, and the Lantern. So, and even the seashell too, because the mysteries of the sea, and getting secrets, hearing secrets from the seashell. So these type of energies are saying it's a good idea to go towards that as well and learn how to let your intuition help guide you towards the things that you want on the earthly plane. It's okay to dream. It's okay to go down the rabbit hole. It's okay to do that. We do have the Pisces symbol here, which is that dream quality. It is that, delving into the unknown. It is, that other quality, which is interesting because you also have the Taurus, which is much more earthly, matters, monetary matters, those kinds of things. So once again, we have both of those things in your reading, which means that finding the balance between the two and working harmoniously together is going to make you the happiest, and it's going to help bring about the joy that you would want in this world. We do have the Mickey hands, which is kind of that childlike energy. It's also that creative energy. So tapping into your creativity might be something very important here. But also just kind of watering and nurturing your intuition and that type of thing. I really feel like most of you guys have moved more towards your head and what the world is telling you more so than your heart and what your intuition is telling you. And that if you can tap into your intuitional and emotional energies a little bit more, to make that balance, that, like I said, that's the journey that would be good for you guys to be on. Okay, because that's really the big message that I'm getting here. That's really the really big thing. And I'm really hoping this resonates with you guys, because I know that for some of you guys, this may not have made a lot of sense early on. Sometimes I get messages in such a weird way. It's hard for me to communicate them in such a way that makes sense. And I really try to make sense of it throughout the reading, so that I can put it in a clearer way, because I try to be as concise and clear as I can be. So hopefully this will resonate with you guys. You'll understand what I've been trying to say and what the universe is trying to impart to you guys here. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to our oracle spheres. And basically what these are, if you're not familiar with them, is you think of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. And then you pick a stand that your answer would appear on. We have green, gray, bronze, and blue. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's the way I like for most people to do it. But there are other ways you can utilize these, as I recently found out from some of my viewers. And so if there are other ways that you've thought of that you could utilize these, that's great. And I would love for you to do that. For instance, I believe somebody has taken and used one stand to represent one thing, another stand to represent something else, and then depending on what answers show up, it helps guide them in certain directions. Some people might ask more than one question and pick a different stand for each question. You might be able to do that, or there might even be other creative ways you all can do that. I do encourage you to be interactive in these readings and help participate in them in your own way, because I think that would be more meaningful for you. So however you guys want to do that, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our answers. Number 1, green, is very likely. Number 2, gray, is yes. Number 3, bronze, is not sure. Number 4, blue, is also not sure. Now, the not sures to me usually symbolize that either the question was not very clear or that there are other factors that need to play out first before an answer can be given, because it might change the outcome of the question depending on what it is. All right, so number 1, green, was very likely. Number 2, gray, was yes. Number 3, and bronze, and number 4, blue, were both not sure. All right, so there's your Oracle Sphere answers for the week. I really hope you guys had some messages that came through for you guys and will help you out here. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends and family. If you could put a link on your social media accounts, that would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Also, check out our other videos. We do put out rune readings once every week on Mondays that have the oracle spheres as well as angel numbers involved with those. We also put out tarot readings every week that you can check out. And so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the airplane. All right. We do have our tarot cards that we're going to look at. We also have this ViceVersa tarot deck that I'm going to shuffle on camera. Basically, this deck has the front and the back of the tarot cards. It's the basically coming and going of each card. So we're going to do that. We do have our charms that we're going to be looking at here in a little bit, as well as our oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to. Now remember, this is what journey the universe would like for you to go on, or what path would they like you to take, basically, or where would they like you to go next. So we're going to find that out. All right, so let's get our ViceVersa card first and see what messages come through from that. Oops. Sometimes my shuffling is very sloppy. All right. We have the Star card. Or not. I'm sorry, it's the Moon card. It's not the Star card. And it's in reverse. So, it's interesting. All right, we got this one right here. Looks like we have the Page of Swords in reverse as well, or the back of it. Okay, and another card. And we have the 4, well, it came through this way, so we'll do it that way. All right, the 4 of coins or pentacles in the back of that one. So all 3 of yours were backwards. Let's see what else we got. All right, we have the 3 of Wands, the Horned God, which basically is supposed to be the Emperor, the Ace of Swords, the Empress, the 4 of Pentacles, again, twice, interesting, and the 4 of Cups. Wow. Okay, well, the first thing that's come through here, more than anything else, is by these 3 being turned around, I always get the idea of maybe turning your back on something, or stop looking behind you, maybe. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting here, is stop looking towards the past, and stop noticing what you don't have or your lack of, something and start looking more towards the future. And the clarity that you can get by paying more attention to that. You have the Ace of Swords here. And aces are new beginnings, new starts, new outlook on things. The Swords energy is deals with your intellect, your mind, your power, your knowledge, your ideas, all of these things. And the Ace of Swords is always being able to cut through things, get more clarity, being able to know what's true and not true, and that kind of thing. It's, I love this spirit here that the Ace is empowering here, because I see it as you can see your way clear to a brighter future and to what the best way to go is. It's interesting how we have the Four of Pentacles here twice. And it came through on this one with his back turned, but I actually almost had the idea of doing it on the front as well. And then this one came through. So, but both of them in general mostly mean that you are worried, so worried about losing something that you are not paying attention to what is being offered to you, like what's represented with Four of Cups. You're not paying attention to what is still out there based on the Ace of Swords here, and the Three of Wands as well. So what I'm seeing here with these energies is that you are looking a lot to the past. I think you've had some issues where some things haven't worked out the way you wanted. You know, the universe has been kind of hard on you maybe, or some things have been really difficult, or you tend to notice your lack of things more so than what you do have. You like to pay attention to the past a lot. You like to pay attention to what's happened in the past and dwell on that a lot and go, well, this happened and that happened, and if it wasn't for this, then that kind of energy. And the universe wants you to get out of that. They want you to break away from that. They want you to see the opportunities that lie ahead of you. They want you to see the things that are in front of you. We do have the Empress and the Emperor, and these are both wonderful life-giving energies. These are both wonderful, look what the universe has to offer kind of energies here. And by having both of them, I think that's even just greater. Because we have the Empress, and, you know, she always represents abundance and life and knowledge and intuition and all of those kinds of things, that kind of Earth Mother feeling, and all that the Earth has to offer us and what the Earth has in store for us. And then we have the Emperor, or the Horned God, and you notice how, you know, he's out here in nature, he's, you know, got his bow, you know, he's in charge of it all. He's in charge of his own path, his own destiny. He's at one with nature. He's got all this. And you notice how he's not worried about, you know, what's happened in the past, what's gone on. He's just like, hey, let's go forward. Look, I've got these people on my side here. I've got, you know, all these animals, you know, that I'm able to work with and do whatever. And I'm on top of it. I've got it all. And that's where I feel like you need to pay attention more towards the opportunities laid out before you, because you have several. The Three of Wands, you know, I always found it interesting that the Two and Three of Wands are almost always just kind of contemplation kind of energies. They're looking out at sea or out at ships, and they're kind of, you know, wondering what's happening or where the next journey is. But this Three of Wands in particular, especially, is, you notice how he's looking at the ship being unloaded. And he has all this stuff right here. So look at this. You know, the ship's being unloaded. You could see this as maybe cargo having to go on to the ship to maybe travel to the next thing. But also things are being available. So we have things from the past. They've been loaded. They've been crated up. They're going to move on. They're going to go on. And now we're also getting the new packages arriving, the new things that are available to us. So what's really important here is for you to pay attention to what is being offered to you for your next phase of the journey, is to make sure you're noticing what is being offered. Don't look away from it. Don't, be willing to accept the new part of your journey. Be willing to go on the new thing. It's interesting how you had the moon card. At first I thought it was a star because I was paying attention to this, and then I realized it's the moon energy. And you notice how it was turned over. And what I think of with that quite a bit is that once again, you're looking towards the moon. You're looking toward, and the moon represents our emotions. It represents those kinds of energies. I also feel like too, with two fours here, the fours represent our mother or our home life. And I feel like you guys might be longing for or paying attention to or dwelling on something dealing with your mother or prior home life, maybe even your home life before you're out on your own, and that you're dwelling on those energies a lot. And I feel like that's kind of where your heart kind of has been. And I think it's important. You notice how the knight here, he's turned around as well. But what's great about that is you can see he's going forward. You can see him moving forward. And the Knight of Swords, or the page, I'm sorry, he's the page. I don't know why I said knight. Well, I do know why. It's because I see the knight head here, but that's for pages. The page is great. Pages are full of optimism. They're curious, they're inspired, they're willing to go on and go forward. And this goes so well with your ace over here as well, that basically it's time to take up the sword, go forward with new ideas, go forward, get inspired, use your mental agility and what is coming to you in your mind and go forward with it. Don't dwell on the past so much. Be willing to go forward and look at the opportunities that are available to you, because I do feel like the universe is giving you some opportunities to move forward, and that you just need to pay attention to those, because I think you're going to be extraordinarily more happy if you can pay a little less attention to what's happened in the past. It's good to know where we've been, and it's good to know what has happened there, but it's good to let go of that and be able to move forward and move on and give up some of the old ideas, some of the old ways, some of the old things, and don't be so stubborn. You notice how in this Four of Cups here, it's not like she doesn't have, she has 3 cups standing right here. They're available to her. Usually this is symbolized by cups that are turned over and they don't have anything in them, and you're dwelling on spilt cups. In this case, she's just looking at what she's already got and is being stubborn and doesn't want to say, well, there could be more. There could be more for me than just what I already have. And I think that that's kind of the energy you're in with these Four of Pentacles as well, because it's that hoarding energy. It's like, I've got to hold on to what I have because I don't necessarily believe that any more is coming or any more is available to me. So I feel like you guys are kind of in the energy of, I have what I have and this is all I'm going to get and that's it. And I think it's important for you to be able to move forward from that and get out of that mode of thinking, and realize that there's a lot more available to you out there and a lot more for you to grasp onto and just go get. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our charms. We might have some more energies or some other things that might come through for us here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we have Gemini and Leo energies, which I do like because the Gemini is the swords energy we were talking about earlier. Um, Gemini is dealing with that air energy, that intellect, that new ideas, going forward with inspiration and new things that you might get. So I really like that. We do have a Four of Pentacle energy here again. The Four of Pentacles showing up 3 times. That is so rare in a reading. Sometimes it will double up, but to get 3 means it's definitely an energy that you need to pay attention to. It's that hoarding energy. It's that not letting go energy. And I think that that is a big thing that's really important for you to let that go. Okay, it's really important for you to do that. Okay, we do have the ship's anchor, which could mean, I like it going along with this card here. It could be that you need to anchor yourself a little bit more. The 4 energies to me are also a stable energy as well. Okay, 4s do mean stability. They do mean, and you have lots of 4s in your reading, and so they could mean getting that firm foundation, that foundational energy, so that you can move on, and the anchor can do that for you. I didn't talk about the Leo energy here, but the Leo energy too is, once again, it's a fiery, passionate energy. It's a moving forward quickly, and getting fired up about something. So also Leos, I tend to think of strength and those kinds of things. So I think that that's kind of important. We do have the Ten of Cups energy, or the Ten of Cups energy, which to me is one of the ultimate happiness kind of cards. It's what you could be attaining. It's what you could be moving towards, is fulfillment, your emotional fulfillment. It's usually depicted by a family with rainbows and, being, possibly dogs or cats, and, just being, one, and getting the ultimate happiness of what life has to offer you. And so I feel like it's an energy you can work towards. I feel like that's something you can go forward here with. We do have the butterfly and the hummingbird. The butterfly is that transformational energy, which I do think that that is something that would be good for you to do, is transform from one type of energy to another, looking forward rather than at the past. But also the hummingbird deals with our knowledge, our worldly knowledge. I think you guys have a lot of worldly knowledge, and tapping into that with your Ace of Swords energy, I think, is something really important for you to do. We do have miracle and grace, which, so believe in miracles and in grace, and that there is such thing as spirit imparting things upon us, because I do feel like you kind of have lost your idea. Even if you ever had it, you may not have even really ever had ideas that miracles can happen, or that good things can come out of nowhere, or I think you've had kind of a rough way to go, and it's been hard for you to believe that good things can come to you or be offered to you or show up for you. And I think it's really important that you start believing in that. That's where the universe wants you to go, for sure. We do have an E and an A here. I think of EA games for some reason, which kind of, to me might denote that whole adventure type of deal, because they do video games, and they're usually adventurous type of video games where you go on an adventure. And I feel like that's kind of where you guys are kind of heading, or where the universe would like for you to go, is feel more adventurous, be able to kind of go out there and be adventurous, like the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords kind of is that energy, that adventurous energy. We do have the confident kitty, so I think it's important to be confident in yourself and just go, I can do this, I can do that. We also have the moon and the star, which once again deals with believing, believing in the universe, believing in what can manifest for you and what can be offered to you, because you do kind of have to have that belief. Every journey starts with one step. I think this is a wonderful message for you guys, in that I feel like you've not been willing to take that next step forward and go on that next journey, because you have been hoarding and holding back and feeling like, dwelling on the past and that whole energy there. And so definitely taking that first step is the journey that they want you to go on. Is just take that first step forward towards something new, towards something different, towards the new life that you can have, the things that are being offered to you. We do have a guitar, which to me, I think of young people going off and, the hippie mentality, kind of going off and following your dreams and just kind of doing whatever. And we also have the drama gloves here as well, which both of these kind of show some creative energies for me. So this is a message for a few of you guys. It's not everybody who's watching this reading. But a few of you guys, I think it's important for you to maybe follow your dreams, to either go into theater or music or something like that. I feel like maybe you have been knocked down, or maybe you've been trying to follow it and you keep getting knocked back, and so you just are you're in the mode of giving up, and I'm telling you not to. Okay, don't give up. That's a message for a few of you. If it resonates with you, you'll know it's for you. But I just wanted to get that out there, because that was just a specific message for a couple of people. So there we go. All right, so let's go on to our oracle spheres. And basically, you think of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. And then we have 4 different stands here for the answers to appear on. We have gray, green, blue, and bronze, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are other ways you can utilize these as well. Some of my other viewers have done other things with them. Sometimes a certain stand will represent certain specific things for them, and depending on what answer shows up, it might help guide them a certain way. I think a few people have decided to ask more than one question and have a different stand, have a different answer for them for each question, that kind of thing, or however works for you, whatever works best for you on this. I do love the interaction and you guys kind of, working this out for yourself, because that's really what these videos are all about. So I really like that. All right, number 1, gray, is probable. Number 2, green, is maybe. Number 3, blue, is not likely. And number 4, bronze, is a maybe. All right. So number 1, gray, is probable. Number 2, green, is maybe. Number 3, blue, is not likely. And number 4, bronze, is a maybe. So there's our Oracle Sphere answers for the week. I hope you guys had some messages that came through that will be useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share a link to the channel on all your different social medias with your friends and family so they can check out the channel as well. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and leave us comments in the comment section. I appreciate all those, and I do respond to them. Check out our other videos on the channel. We do put out rune readings every Monday that have the oracle spheres as well as angel numbers involved with those. We also put out tarot readings every week, and we have lots of timeless tarot readings on the channel that you can check out and maybe get some insight from. So please check those out if you get a chance. We look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading, those of you that chose the luggage. All right. We have our tarot cards here. We also have our ViceVersa tarot that I'm going to be shuffling on camera, because basically how these work is each card has a front and a back to it. So we will be shuffling those. We will be looking at our charms here in just a little bit, as well as our oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. Remember, this is what journey the universe would like you to go on next, or basically where they would like you to go or head towards, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll do our cards right here. Here's the first one. It's the Six of Swords, and it's the back of the Six of Swords. Okay. And our next one here is the Two of Wands. Okay. And got this one. We have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. Huh. Alrighty. I love these cards. They have so many different pictures on them. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We've got the Five of Wands. Okay. We've got the World Tree, which basically is the world. The Page of Swords. The Magician. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. The first thing I got here, the first thing that came through for me was learning something new. Basically taking what you have learned so far on your journey, okay, because you have learned some things. We do have the Six of Swords energy where, you know, some things have been a little rough for you. I love this particular one, though. The swords are all kind of on the side of the boat. They're almost help holding it up in some ways rather than making it more difficult, but that they're on their journey to their new thing. They're taking what they have gone through and what they've learned, and they're moving forward, and they're going forward to a new thing. The Five of Wands energy is almost always about learning something new, learning how to practice your craft, whatever that happens to be, being an apprentice. If you know, it's right before the Six energy, which the Six is usually a graduation kind of ceremony, a moving forward, a getting accolades from your peers, that kind of thing. So this is the more of the learning, and so I feel like you guys need to take what you have learned, what you, some of the things that you've gone through, and apply that towards something new and different. Apply that knowledge and learn new things, okay? But definitely move on to something new. I do feel like now's the time for that, because you have all of these wonderful completion. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, which are moving towards completing energies. Both of them are right before the Tens, which are the celebration, because all the hard work is done and over, and you've harvested everything and you've done everything there, and now's the time to relax and celebrate and then have your joy and all of that. And so basically with the Nines right here, I feel like you guys have really put forth some effort into some things. You've really learned a lot of things. You've really moved forward with your life quite a bit in certain ways. But now's the time to take that, harvest it, take what you've learned, that knowledge, and apply it towards a new project, a new, learning something different that you haven't done before, learning something new. And I do think, along with that, with the Magician energy here, I feel like taking that energy and learning how to manifest what you would like to have. I see lots of manifestation energies here, that you guys have the ability to manifest what you would like to have. I see that with lots of the cards here. And so I think what the universe would like for you to do is learn to tap into that energy and start manifesting things. Okay? I don't know if that makes a lot of sense to you guys, but I hope it does. We do have the world tree, which I really like. You guys have learned so much. It's amazing. You guys have so much knowledge in there that you can apply towards your life and towards new things. But I feel like the universe would like to see you go on to do something different. Go on to the next phase of your life. Take what you've learned and apply that towards something new and different that you haven't already done, that you haven't already worked on. This is the time of your life to be learning something new, whatever that happens to be, whatever resonates with you guys. But that is the next step in life for you guys. And by doing so, and as part of doing so, you'll be able to manifest some more cool things in your life, some of the things that you haven't been able to obtain yet. Learning how to manifest, learning about the law of attraction, I think for some of you guys, if that sounds like something that resonates with you, or if you've heard about it recently and wanted to learn more about it or didn't know what it was, I recommend learning more about it for some of you that that resonates with, or just moving on to something new. If you have an opportunity I get the feeling that you guys have been contemplating where to go next and what to do with your life. And you've been deciding on what the next step should be. And I feel like you've been maybe deciding whether or not to do something totally new and different than what you've done so far. And I think that that would be the right choice. Okay. Normally I don't try to steer a reading towards one thing or another too much, because we all have to make our own decisions, and you need to do what's right for you. So definitely follow your heart here. Don't do something just because I say so. But I will say that I do believe that the universe is trying to tell you it's time to go on to something new and different, and utilize that and get that. Okay, so I think that that is what that message is all about. Now let's see what else the charms might have to say. Might clarify some more things or say some other messages in here, and then we'll look at our oracle spheres as well. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I do love the ship here. The ship to me shows that you know, definitely want you to sail on to something new, something different. Usually this energy almost always reminds me of when people traveled from like Ireland or Scotland or other places and came to America for a new life, or even the pilgrims or other people. I get that energy of doing something new and different and exciting and, you know, a little scary maybe. But that's kind of the energy I'm getting for you guys. Wow, we have lots of different cards here. Let's take a look at what these all are. I think they're all diamonds. That's interesting. Okay, one is the Seven of Hearts, but these are all diamonds. I find that intriguing. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay, the Seven of Hearts. I really like that one because it's a good transformational card. It deals with what you can manifest, because it's the Seven of Cups. So it deals with what you can manifest and what you can bring forward. And we talked about your manifestation energy earlier. But now we also have the 10, the Jack, the Queen, and the King, all of diamonds. And that is so intriguing because it's the whole royal suit as well as the 10 of diamonds, which is, you know, the completion card. We talked about that earlier. But this is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Pentacles deal with your earthly matters. They deal with your finances, your business, your desires, the things you would like to have, the things that deal with, your earthly matters, your health, all of these things. And the 10 is the ultimate, completion, getting, everything you want kind of energy. But then we also have the Jack, Queen, and King, which are basically all of the higher level suits there, and getting, exactly what you would like to have, and being on top of it all. And so I feel like going on this new journey will definitely put you on top of it all. And it looks like we might be visited by Marty the kitty cat. Hello, Marty. It's been a while since you've come to visit us. What do you have to say today? Hi. That's unusual. Well, usually when he shows up, I feel like an important message is coming through here. All right, baby, we gotta go about our reading now. Can I go ahead and take you down? Okay, come on. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. Yeah, you can sit right here. Okay, let's see what else we got going here that might tell us some more things or get us some more energies to deal with here. All right, we got some letters. We got a B, S, K, and Q. Okay, well, BS, I think, get rid of the crap, the BS, and, get it out. But also those could be initials. Those could be first parts of words for you or other things. Oh, Marty, my goodness, you're purring. What a good boy. Okay. All right. We do have, I love it. This is the heart with the cherry on top. So I see that as part of your future, and something that you could definitely go here. We do have the two parrots, working together there. So if a partnership is something that you've been thinking about doing, that might be something there for you to do. We do have the Saturn and other things like that. Saturn, to me, that is, sometimes people see Saturn as kind of the grumpy old man or that kind of energy, but also he is the one that will bring us wonderful things if we've worked for them. And if we've learned our lessons and our karmic lessons and our other things like that. And so basically, I feel like with your reading specifically, that you guys have learned so much. And I think taking what you have learned and applying it towards something new will help you manifest some really great, wonderful things. And that Saturn's kind of there to help you out with that. That's kind of the message I'm kind of getting with that. We do have the Rudolph, the fan, and the Star Bunny. These all deal with kind of your hopes, dreams, wishes, being unique. I always love Rudolph, because he's such a unique entity, and he turns out to be so important. And he goes out on a journey, and he learns a lot before he comes back and utilizes that for the good of his community. But that's, the energy I see for you guys as well, is be your unique self and learn to be unique, and that kind of energy, because I just love that energy there. Let's go ahead and look at your oracle spheres. And basically how these work is you ask a yes or no type of question. And we have 4 different stands that the answers can appear on. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got green, gray, bronze, and blue. And you think of your yes or no type of question. You pick which stand you'd like your answer to appear on, and we get our answers. Now, some people have decided to use these other ways. So if you can think of another creative way to use these that are useful to you, I say go for it. I really appreciate the interaction that you guys choose to do with the channel and other things. So I think that's awesome. So if you can figure out other ways to utilize them, yay. And let us know on, in the comments. Let the community know. Maybe they can find that useful as well. All right, number 1, green, is maybe. I've got one hand here because I'm holding Marty with the other one. Okay. Whoops. That one went where I couldn't get it, so I'm going to think that was not the right answer. Number 2, gray, is a no. Number 3, bronze, is a not now. My goodness. These answers are kind of slow in coming, aren't they, baby boy? All right. Number 4, blue, is a not sure. Usually when that pops up, that usually means the question isn't real clear or something has to be played out before the answer can be given because it might change the outcome. All right, so number 1, green, is a maybe. Number 2, gray, is a no. Number 3, bronze, is a not now. And a number 4, blue, is a not sure. So there's our Oracle Sphere answers for the week. All right, guys, I hope you had some messages that came through for you guys and that were useful to you. I really liked this particular reading this time. I really liked some of the things that was said here. So I hope you guys did as well. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Please put a link to the channel on all your different social medias so that your friends and family can get a chance to check us out. Please remember to leave comments in the comments section and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. All of those things are very useful to us and we appreciate it greatly, and thank you very much for all of those things. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We do put out videos every Monday that are rune readings that have our oracle spheres as well as our angel numbers involved. That might be useful to you. We also put out timeless tarot readings every week that might be of interest to you, and they're on lots of different topics, so you should check those out as well. Since we do put out videos every week, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.